Another conference of the Pac-12, the West Side this time. The Pac-12, not a conference that I get to see a lot being on the East Coast, Daniel, as well. We don't get to see a lot of this conference due to time zone, and if we want to watch a game, we have to wait till midnight. So one of those conferences that we just have to kind of read the box scores, read some schedules, and read the stat sheets and really try to figure out who we like and maybe catch a game or two here and there, of course.
I will say I have watched more Pac-12 basketball this year than I ever have.
Yeah.
And I've told you this off camera. Like, this is probably the one I'm more excited about.
Yeah.
I think the top 4 teams are staying alone, though.
Yeah, the top 4 are very, very good. With that being said, we'll hop right in to the play-in games. Number 8, Arizona State versus number 9, Washington State. I personally don't think it's close. Arizona State, they got the better players in my eyes. Josh Christopher, a standout recruit coming in, hasn't played the best. But if I remember correctly, Arizona State actually gets a lot of production from a lot of guys. Yes, they do. They have 4 guys in double digits, 6 guys right at 7-8 points a game. So they get a lot of production from a lot of different guys. In Arizona State, they got some talent on their team.
I agree. Neither of these teams very good. One being 7-10, one being 7-12. But I agree, Arizona State. I think they're just deeper. I think they're more talented.
Yeah. Arizona State's last win was against Washington State. So
yeah,
however much weight you want to hold into that, it's neither here nor there. It was a really close game though, so it should be a fun one in the Pac-12.
I agree.
And then the number 7 Utah versus number 10 Washington.
I don't think this one's close at all. I go Utah.
Yeah, I went Utah too, but I will say I have a gut feeling that Washington pulls this one out. Washington
really
has played terrible, pretty much all year long.
4-16 record.
Yeah, in the conference, like they're awful. But I don't know why, but I'm not going to pick them because they're playing so bad. I think it's one of those feelings that I have that's swaying me the wrong way. So I'm reverting away from it and going with Utah. But number 6, Stanford versus Cal. Another one I don't think is close. Give me Stanford.
I agree completely.
Yeah, the bottom half of this conference is really bad.
Yeah.
Like once you get to the bottom, it's not very good. You start really scraping. But nonetheless, now on to the second round. Oregon versus Arizona State. Oregon, their coach just got named Conference Coach of the Year. They played really good basketball, 19-5 overall, 14-4 in the conference. They're on a 5-game winning streak, playing really good basketball. Another one I don't think is close. I think Oregon wins.
I agree. I think Oregon wins. But, man, we've been talking about all these other conferences. The top team in it here at Oregon, dude, they ranked as number 32 in the AP poll in the year.
Yeah.
Now you have to think USC and Colorado are both above them. But I agree. I like Oregon a little bit. I'm not saying they're great, but I like them. I think they move on as well. UCLA, Oregon.
Oregon's one of those teams, man. I'm big on how many guys you got scored in double digits. They have 5. They have 5. And then they have 6, 8 or more. So it's like they got guys that can produce, and their experienced bunch, really well coached. They're a team that you might want to kind of highlight in your overall March Madness bracket because they are very, very intriguing when it comes down to win or go home. Right now, they're not in that mindset because they don't have to win right now to go to the tournament. They're a lock for the tournament. But I have them beating Arizona State nonetheless.
They're going to be one of those teams that are most likely, especially if they lose early. If they lose early, they're looking at like an 8-9. You have to play a 1-2. So that could be a team that would be a fun game.
Yep, for sure. For sure. And now we move on. Oregon State, UCLA.
UCLA Bruins all day long. Not close.
Me too. UCLA, man. Johnny Juzang's playing great basketball for him. Huge Juzang fan, and I hope UCLA goes on a run here.
I like UCLA.
Utah, USC.
I go USC. Not close. I've told you once. I'll tell you again. I think the top 4 head better.
Yeah, that's where I went. USC, I mean, they got the best player in the conference in my eyes, Evan Mobley. I'm pretty sure they have his brother, Isaiah Mobley. They're a nice team, man. They got good big play, big man play. They got decent guards. They're experienced bunch. Just a team that I really like out of the Pac-12. One of the few that I really like. I've actually seen a couple USC games. Taj Eddy is pretty good as well. So I went USC over Utah. And then Stanford, Colorado, probably the most intriguing of the second round games.
I agree, but I still go Colorado.
Me as well. Stanford has, the name value with Zaire Williams. But I mean, I'm still going to rock with with Colorado as well. So final four, we each have 1 through 4 of the seeds.
Top fours.
Yeah, the top 4 head and shoulders in our eyes above the rest. So Oregon versus UCLA. Who you rocking?
Going UCLA, man. I really like him. You mentioned Johnny Juzang. You got to mention Jamie Jaquez Jr.
Yep.
Sophomore looks awesome. Same with Chris Smith. I like their guard play.
I also went UCLA. I have the Bruins rolling. I mean, they don't have a great coach. I'm not a huge fan of Mick Cronin.
I'm not either.
Nonetheless, they got a really good team, and I'm pretty sure they got a really good guard as well, like a point guard, which I think you just named. So,
Jaquez.
Yeah, UCLA, a team that you need to look out for there. So then USC, Colorado.
I go USC.
Me too. I just think USC, and I have them winning it all. I'm not even gonna.
Really? I go the other way. I go UCLA.
So a little different here. So you went UCLA. I went USC. I went with the big man play.
I will tell you why.
Okay.
They played 3 days ago. It was 64-63, and I watched that game. That was a very, very good game. I enjoyed it tremendously, and I think that's what drew me to UCLA. Because right before that, they lost to Oregon already once, and they lost to USC back-to-back games coming into this tournament.
Yeah.
That's why I think they don't lose twice to a team. I think they win it all. UCLA.
I don't think you saw the best of USC that game. I think you saw because Evan Mobley had 13 and 11.
Yeah.
Isaiah Mobley had 6 points, 2 rebounds. He's normally around a 9 and 7 guy. So, I don't think they got their best.
You look earlier on in the season when UCLA was ranked top 20 and USC wasn't ranked. They ran them out of the gym by 18.
Yeah. So I like USC and I have them winning. So you went UCLA, I went USC. So that concludes the Pac-12 here. Stay tuned. We got the SEC coming next. Cannot wait for this one. Should be a good time. See you guys.
Love y'all.